Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mags Got Thick. I want to start by saying thank you to all of our new subscribers and everyone who's reached out, and also all of you who engage across all the social media platforms. I do have all the social tags below, so if you'd like to engage in conversation, you can either hit the subscribe button, comment on this video with topics, comments, any questions you have for me. On today's episode, we'll be going over creating a plan for your health journey and setting a realistic time frame. Why, you ask? Because sometimes we need direction. I know when I started my health journey, I just had questions on what does a health journey look like? How do you start it? What's the time frame? And today we're going to answer some of those questions for you. I'm hoping that with this video, I can possibly offer you a little grounding, some reassurance, and help you structure your. Today, we're getting intentional about our health journey. What's realistic, what to plan for, and what we can actually expect alongside this journey. So first, you got to find your why. When starting a health journey, it's good to always start out with a base. For me, when I started trying to, and I want to try to lean away from calling it a health journey because sometimes journeys end, but this is actually a lifestyle change. So with my lifestyle change, I first had to figure out why. Why do I want this change? Why do I desire it so badly? For me, the odds were already stuck against me. I do have cardiomyopathy, which is heart failure. So I decided it's time to take my health seriously. I mean, I was taking it seriously before, but there were a lot of things that I could have done to aid in just my overall well-being. So that was my why. I started my lifestyle change and health journey because I wanted to change the direction in which my life was going. I wanted to add to my comfortability. I wanted to be confident and not be filled with so much self-doubt because of my outer appearance, so it all goes in together. I highly recommend journaling and reflecting on your journey or during your journey or lifestyle change because for me, it works wonders. I'm able to see where I started, how I got here, because we all know how we got here, right? Okay, it's probably pretty much the same for all of us, but everyone's reflecting and journaling may look different. So I started with a journal so I can sometimes, and it's not every day, and it does not have to be consistent, but sometimes pull your journal out and reflect on how is it going? What's going good for you? What's not going good for you? What are things you need to change? Where is your mind? What's in your heart? I enjoy looking back on my journal and seeing how far I've come because while I'm not where I want to be, I'm working towards the person I would like to become. That's so much more important to me, and you'll find that it'll become important to you too. One important thing to take note when you are starting in this first step with finding your why, just know that discipline is rooted in love, not punishment. So don't punish yourself for the times you didn't get it right. Don't punish yourself for the way you feel in this moment. Just know that it's temporary and good things are going to come as long as you work for it. When I speak on this, I'm still on my journey. I haven't gotten to where I wanted to be. I'm still implementing things that'll get me to my goal. However, I'm still on this journey, and that's why I'm taking you along with me. So you have to define what health looks like to you. When defining what health looks like for you, you have to understand that everyone is different. I asked in advance that you do not compare yourself to others. Do not compare your journey to the next person's. Do not compare your success to the next person's. And you can only be accountable for you. Let's just avoid that in the beginning and get that out the way. So somewhere in your journal, you make sure you start with, this is for me, and I'm not comparing my journey to others. I highly recommend celebrating the non-scale victories. I can assure you that the first 3 months of my health journey, the scale stayed the same. That number did not move. In fact, sometimes it went up. I did not let that discourage me. I did not let that put me down. Why? Because I knew I was doing the work. So sometimes you have to celebrate the non-scale victories, the increased energy, the amount of sleep you get, how much peaceful your life is. the new routines you're starting, the way your clothes fit. All of those things are non-scale victories, and I highly, highly recommend that you celebrate those because that's also something to be proud of yourself about. Step 3 in this process is setting tangible goals, goals that you can reach, goals that feel good. Start out with one habit a week, whether that's drink more water, try to meal prep for a day, go for 10-minute walks every day. If not every day, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. That's how I started. I said, okay, I know I need to get more active. How can I do that? So I started to go on the walks with my husband, with my dog. It doesn't have to be much. All it has to do is be more activity. You doing something more than what you were before. While setting these goals, you make sure you keep track of the visible differences. The last thing to keep in mind with setting your goals, the ones that work for you, don't overdo it. Factor in your limits. Understand that your work schedule, your family life, your energy, your moods all take a huge toll on what it is you can accomplish, what it is that you can do within a day. You do have to understand that time is of the essence and be positive about it. Step 4 in the process, which is very important to me, is setting a time frame and allowing for flexibility. I went wrong for so many years because I set a time frame, but I did not allow for flexibility. Do not pressure yourself with an exact date. Give your journey time and you do what works for you. You do what feels comfortable for you. You don't look over and see someone finishing their goal in 3 months and it took you a year. And that's okay because the longer you're on this journey, you're relearning yourself, learning what works for you, what works for your body, and also your changes may be sustainable over a longer period of time. Allow yourself to sit in a moment and enjoy these new changes because it does feel good. The goal is progress, not perfection. And as long as you keep that in mind when setting your time frame and allowing that flexibility, I can guarantee you'll also get far. To wrap it up here, I just want to say you deserve a journey that feels aligned. So let's work this out. Let's start this lifestyle change that's rooted in love, intention, giving ourselves grace, and self-respect. That's all I have for you today. I'm Mags, and Mags got it all, baby, and you can have it all too. Mwah.